you start your collection? What made you want to become a designer, first of all?
It started years ago when I was a teenager, I guess. Me and my friend, he had an older sister and she always tried to kind of buy the clothes for him. So he was always very kind of cool and stylish, so I kind of, sneak out. And we've been friends before, so it was just very natural that we started kind of shopping together, and then we tried to be different. And somehow then I started to make my own clothes. And when I was, 18, I guess, maybe 17. And then I went to university to study chemistry for 5 years. But then I was still kind of making clothes and still kind of designing clothes. And then eventually I won one of the contests. And that kind of gave me the chance to go abroad to study in Denmark. So I went to Denmark, studied 2 years fashion. And then I moved to Scotland to continue and finish the BA honours with Edinburgh College of Art. So that's my kind of story and that's my path, I guess. But I always I always knew that I want to be a designer.
Yeah, fashion was meant for you more.
I guess so, yeah. I think I have always a sense of, I guess, knew how to combine the outfits. And I always, I guess, have the thing like, I know how to dress in a way, I know how to wear clothes in a way, like, so I just transfer this knowledge to women's wear now.
Into designs and everything. And so your collection that you showcased in London,
yes.
What's it about? What's the inspiration behind it?
It's kind of continuous research from my previous collection, my graduate collection, and it's still, I just built my brand around what I'm all about. I mean, I don't only do fashion, I do as well music. I compose the music, and before, because as I mentioned before, previously I studied chemistry, and I was always very good in kind of science and maths. So with my previous collection, I could just create kind of mathematical equation and then generate silhouettes. And in this case, I was thinking, in my new autumn-winter collection, I was thinking how to continue it. So I pretty much took the same kind of fabric research, and I used pretty much the same kind of stiff, solid fabric like neoprene. But the idea was, the name is horizontal, and that means horizontal versus vertical. So pretty much what I did in my research when I was designing, I just took the women's silhouette and women's body, and I just kind of divided by horizontal and vertical lines. And they pretty much kind of give me the proper proportions of women's body and where to kind of place, for example, I just lower a bit of the waistline, and I just kind of mix with the proportion of it. And as well, those lines gave me the position of the color panels on the clothes. Like you see a lot of kind of color panels, and they pretty much always vertical or horizontal. So horizontal versus vertical, light versus soft, hard versus light. It's more kind of, this collection was much more about contradiction and kind of, I believe, women should dress in a way like, for example, you can have very, very stiff and kind of very solid coat, but at the same time you will wear a very light chiffon dress, and it's like a combination of very stiff and very light. I think this is the combination which I would definitely like to propose for women.
And what are the sort of fabrics or techniques you use to make this collection? Because it's different, it's not something you see every day on a catwalk or something like that.
I think this is the part of my brand identity. Again, like I try to make it personal collection, and I try to make it something which only I am about, really, like music and technology and chemistry, my previous education. And so all the fabrics I use are quite, not all of them, but a lot of them, they are kind of high-tech fabrics used for technical equipment, or more like kind of technical clothes, which not really you cannot really refer those fabrics to fashion, but I think there's a lot of potential there, especially neoprene, knitted mesh, and nylon. I think there is this technical twist, which is kind of, I think a lot of people refer to futuristic look. Some of it is maybe, but I still consider it more like a beauty than futuristic. But
well, when I saw it, it was completely. I was mesmerized by how much work goes into that, because it's not just like just a dress or just one thing. It's just like you can see the techniques you put to it, and it's beautiful. And client, do you think what kind of clients were you aiming for? Like, were you aiming for a specific target market or anything besides?
I mean, do you know Anna Fremantle? She's the head of International Edinburgh Fashion Festival, and I think she's the closest as we kind of talk about a specific person. Like, she knows how to wear my clothes. She's very strong, very bold. You cannot miss her. Like, when you see her on the street, you know she's the model. She's kind of connected with fashion, very bold person, very striking. So definitely this is my person, very strong women, but very sexy at the same time. I kind of try to combine, be very brave and bold person, but at the same time, be girl still. My clothes are, I think it's always very natural thing. Like when you see Christopher Kane, how he looks like, and you see his girl, I would say it's very straightforward kind of connection between who is he and who is his girl. In my case, it's pretty similar. Like you see me, and pretty much you can have the idea like what's my girl, what's my target market, and there's definitely very brave women in terms of how she looks, how she dressed like. But still, I think as far as you kind of have the catwalk situation, when you put pretty much everything together, you have to take it apart as a woman and just kind of pick the jacket, for example, and wear it with jeans, and that like makes fashion, you know. I mean, my job is to put everything together to make a cohesive show. But then you, as a woman, you just have to pick, you know, some outfits and just wear it.
So it's like more like an independent woman who makes a stand for herself.
Yes, totally.
Who can take it off and just make it into like her own thing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So what are your future projects? Like, do you have anything coming up, or you know, any new massive shows that's gonna happen for you next?
I hope. I mean, I definitely want to apply for the Who's Next in Paris in June, I guess. And now I kind of applied as well for a few fashion contests around the world, and I want to do like a small pre-collection. I want to do a small project which contains like 4 or 5 outfits, very bold, very strong, kind of, which refer quite to my previous collection. Like not that much ready to wear, more like kind of couture, but modern couture, but I will use kind of very modern and technical fabric. Very more technical, I don't want to kind of tell the name, because it's quite, this is the part of...
it's in the making, isn't it?
Yeah, and so it's this one. I don't know when it's gonna happen. I guess May, and then I will start doing my spring-summer collection 2014. I already think about it. I already know how it's gonna look like, pretty much. It's kind of, again, like my idea for the brand is like do a pre-collection, very small but much more bold for the press, and then you've got the full collection, full season collection, which is just ready to wear. Still interesting, but still wearable. So this is my idea, and my next collection will be white. That's I can reveal that. Not only white, but there will be a lot of white. I never use white. I think I was always trying to go out from white, but this time I want to kind of challenge myself and try it.
You like challenges more than anything.
Or I always kind of believe my next collection should be better than the last one. So it's more always the way like developing, but as well I kind of accept the fact that it will never be like this. I will probably, through the, I don't know how many years I will be designing, I will do a few very good collections, few which are okay, and there will be some, you know, not as good collection as well. And as far as you're a designer, and as far as you do pretty much, I don't know, 2 or 3 collections a year, I mean, we are talking about the starting point. When you're growing up, you do 8 or 10. When kind of Karl Lagerfeld do like 12. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a bit. I guess there's another designing as well. Like I would like to do so many collections in a year, because I think I would still like to stick close to the process. I don't think as far as you do too many collections, you pretty much more like styling collection. You go into the room and say, oh, like this, this and this. I would still like to be more involved in the process.